morning. Namaskar. Your friend Suraj Singh, Engineer Suraj Singh, addressing and sharing with you daily information of COVID-19 and title being Bharat India, an analytical informative talk on COVID-19 status dated 26/12/2020 and reported on 27/12/2020, that is today. Strain, variant, and many others could be has already these have already spread their wings into many countries. From England to Australia, you can see England, UK, Europe, Sweden, France, Italy, Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia, and many more. Philippines. And of course, we should not forget our own name, Bharat, India. We know that this is much more stronger than what we have. Till now we were peaceful, all world people are peaceful. Okay, COVID-19, we know how to handle, we can generate, we can manufacture vaccines for gaining immunity, all that. But COVID is much more smarter than what we people of world think of. It knows that human is very smart, so it becomes more smart. It generates new kind of incremental disease, so that incremental virus, so that its work is continued without any failure, without any stoppage. Important point is that it doesn't want to stop, it doesn't want to cease, it wants to keep people of world in problem. And that's what has been successful so far, very successful so far. It didn't allow whole world people just to know, just to research out and find facts behind this, what is hidden behind this virus. Really, I can say that this virus is very intelligent, brilliant, and of course, expert in maintaining secrecy under Universal Secrecy Act, I think, possibly. Sometimes we have to think different way. We should think a way which is far away from conventional methods, conventional problems, conventional issues. Then we can find out certain ideas, certain solutions. And if we are bound by current methods, and we say, no, this is what is agreed, this is what is conventional, I think we cannot reach where we should go, where should have gone or should go. And fact is that our nation has forgotten how to take care of COVID-19 strain and variant. People have started getting worried not about COVID-19 alone, but about strain or variant, which is, they say, 70% more stronger, but actually they do not know how much stronger this is. वो शायद जानते भी नहीं होंगे कितना प्रॉब्लमेटिक है ये नया वाला, है तो पुराना ही, उसकी एक नई एक्सटेंशन, एक नई, you can say, empowered, and it shall certainly, add to more fatalities, more tolls of patients, as well as tolls of termination of patients. Well, our country had yesterday certain data, and every day we talk of that just to see. Maharashtra has 19.16236 lakhs, Karnataka 9.15345 lakhs, Andhra Pradesh 8.80712 lakhs, Tamil Nadu 8.13161 lakhs, Kerala 7.35611 lakhs, Delhi 6.22094 lakhs, Uttar Pradesh 5.181080 lakhs, West Bengal 5.46008 lakhs, Odisha 3.2821201 lakhs, Rajasthan 3.04517 lakhs, and Telangana 2.8483 lakhs, Chhattisgarh 2.7432 lakhs, Haryana 2.60545 lakhs, Bihar 2.49403 lakhs, Gujarat 2.40995 lakhs, Madhya Pradesh 2.37406 lakhs, Assam 2.15910 lakhs, Punjab 1.65126 lakhs, Jammu and Kashmir 1.19877 lakhs, Jharkhand 1.146 lakhs, Uttarakhand 89,218, Himachal Pradesh 54280, Goa 5054, 5059, 561, I think 5059 it is, Pondicherry 3794, Tripura 3321, Manipur 32797, Chandigarh 1942, Arunachal Pradesh 166, Meghalaya 133, Nagaland 118, Ladakh 939, Sikkim 5799, Andaman Nicobar 49, Mizoram 41, Dadra with 33, Lakshadweep this. 1 minute please. See if the next one is there. Okay, I got some, I had to take some medicine, sorry. So this is statistics of yesterday. As I announced, I not announced, just transmitted that one to you. And well, now these other columns as given here, these are for active, discharge and deaths issues, that statistics, and then these are having ratios, various ratios that we know. These ratios are converted one from those data, to that data, and we are actually very much concerned with active cases and death ratio, because active cases can also be converted to death along with death ratio. Discharge, we always feel very happy that there is a discharge, but we cannot say this discharge is final or this discharge is intermittent. We cannot say that, because there have been many cases that discharge people return, COVID returns to them and they get it and then they suffer. Then we can say here, this is chart, you can say this is our matrix of projection, you can say. These are projections of possibilities. I'm not saying that this is guaranteed one. This is just a feasibility, just like a feasibility report. Or you can say this could happen, this could not happen. Both presumptions are there. This may happen, this may not happen, that is true. But this can happen anytime, that is also true. In this case, we consider our death rate of 1.2% and our death rate 1.2% and active cases 2.74%, whereas 93.28 is our discharge cases. And keeping that point in view, these are averages, I'm talking of average 2.74%, is average of active cases yesterday, and this is 1.2% average death cases yesterday. Death is gone means gone. You cannot come back. It cannot come back, and we have to forget those who have left this world, because they are permanently gone. They are permanently gone to God, and means their problem is solved. In fact, you can say their problem is solved, and solved in a sense they keep off COVID problem. But those who are in active cases or those who are discharged, they are more worrisome for us, for treatment or for maintaining immunity. 2.74% and 1.2% we can club them for we can say for considerations of toll. So this is 3.94%. But let us say we just care about 1.2% for purpose of projection, and you can see here projection here. Every day I talk, and you can see yourself that 1.2% is giving on an overall basis for whole population 1.56 crores death. Though they are saying only 1 lakh or something, because they just care for 12.93% population and not 100% population. 12.93 population has been tested till now, and which is very much low. If you think of this, very much low, you can say it's not, it's not what I can say, something that can be called considerable factor. This is not considerable factor. This factor is very much limited. You cannot form an idea based on this. Reality speaking, you cannot form ideas based on this. Idea formation requires at least there should be half quantity we have to consider just to find some idea. But based on 12.5 percentage, we can't say something. 12.9 percentage, we can't say something about this. So what to do? This means we have to project. We have to project something, and that projection should give an answer to those untested population, that is 87.069%. That's very important point. That's very important point here. If you do not consider them rightly, you miss something. There's something we miss, and we have to be careful about that. So our projection is based on monthly basis and quarterly basis. Just for ease of understanding, I have taken 3 months club together. 3 months club, to which we called quarter of a year. And I've taken quarters for projected 2 years time. First year, first month, and then 25th month, and which says that if we consider 1.2% that this means 1.56 crores. 1.5 I increase it in another quarter by 0.25 coefficient, and then this becomes 1.5%, then further 1.87, and then like that it moves on. Milestone of 2.34%, 2.92%, 3.66%, 4.57%, 5.71%, 7.14% probability factor. And that's moved on from 1.6 to 1.95 crores, 2.43 crores, 3.04 crores, 3.8 crores, 4.75 crores, 5.94 crores, 7.43 crores, 9.28 crores in a period of 2 years. Now we are somewhere in 10 months, 11 months or 12 months, let us say. So a variance, the quantity of that variance, amount of that, somewhere should be in range of 3.05 to 3. It should lie. Which must be, I don't know, statics not available, data is not available, they're not telling, they're just saying 140 something. But this is fact here. This fact also can't be denied. Of course, it is probability. There is no confirmed data. But population is there, that is confirmed. And people die every day, we know, but they die whether of COVID or something else. I can't say until it's tested, investigated. So you can see this data is very, very dangerous here. And this is graphics of this. You have seen every day, you see it. It's here we are somewhere here, somewhere here. So you can see here 3.04 and 3.8, which is high figure. And if it continues, it should be then here will be very, very high figure. It's coming down this way, and you can see that. And if you club it, means combination of active cases and death cases, it is then, you can say, it's another mounting height. And this you can see how it works. It goes up to 30.54 crores in 25th month and 24.43 crores in 22nd month. It's another problem, another derivation that causes concern. Another cause of concern it is. It's another cause of concern that we may face so many casualties, so much tolls, which is too higher. In fact, it's too higher. But it may happen if we remain concernless. Go back and see what is to be done. We want to do something professionally. We want to do something based on analysis. But are we doing that? Point is that that's a point of big concern. Where do we stand? We don't stand anywhere, or we stand somewhere that must be checked in. Do we stand somewhere? That's the point. I don't know what researchers are doing. I can't say, because there is no input from them to COVID case. No news. They say sometimes no news is a good news. That's right. No news is a good news, but there is a danger always behind no news. We have two control points here that must exist, but we don't have any control point. Till now, even preliminary defined, forget final definition. There is no control point that can be defined or could be defined, but we can define ourselves. That's important. That's what I have done. They don't have anything in the hand to give to people, see what we are doing. This is our initiative. We have done this much, and this is balance that we are doing. That data does not exist anywhere on publication of their reporting system. and where I can say that there is no system in fact. To be frank, there is no system. We are country of, you know, we are country of 130 crores people, and we should have very smart government system or NGO who should give this data. But currently, it's not happening. No one is caring about that. No NGO and no GO. Neither NGO and nor GO, they do not have any interest in caring for people of this country. You know reason that politics comes into play. I know politics exists everywhere, even in minds of people who have nothing to do with politics. It looks like that. But I'm not interested in that. I am interested in understanding where our society would move to and in how many months or years. That's where we have to be very careful about. Whole population is not being tested. This is very much explicit now. Means there is no plan to test population of this country. Only those who feel, who have symptoms or who complain about something, they are tested on their own payment or on government expenses. That is different issue. This means only 12 point something % people have passed through tests, COVID-19 tests. And others may have COVID, may not have COVID, I can't say, but there is no plan of their test. So when there is no plan of something, you can say no implementation of that. There is no thought behind that. There is no thought behind any construction of schedule or plan for that society, and that society is ours. That society is ours. We just talk of something and never do that. It's also true. So that's what I say. Means we have to be little different in our approach to an extent COVID issue is concerned. If you don't do that, we say we don't do justice to ourselves, and that justice is very important to be done. So I can plainly say that seriousness does not exist in our country. It's blame on our society as well as those people who take care of our society, means our administration, our functioning of government system, and it's everyday comment. Now we go back to sheet number 1, which gives yesterday's. Before that, I explained to you what I doing on this, because maybe someone join me every day, so that person might not be knowing about this chart or this data sheet, where there are so many columns. There are about 16 columns in this. I'll just like to remind you. There are about 16 columns. Up to P, it is P7, 9, 16. It is 16th column, and you can see this one. And out of those 16 columns, they are, if you say from here, the serial number of day and report day, remark, and population, then percentage daily test in relation to population. Now this highlighted column, that is total test update, I am taking from government information, daily test conducted taking from government information, infection update taking from government information, and daily positive cases from government, also daily deaths. I'm to say updated of deaths. And other where there's no highlighting, it's all our own work, our own presentation of this. That's what it is. So you may see that. You may see that yourself, how it works. And today it's about, it's about, you can say it's 99th entry on 27th/12, and this is since March 2020. So it is 302 days already gone. 302 we have lost only for 12.93% testing. In 302 days, we could test only 12.931% persons, and people of this country, which is 16.81 crores approximately. 16.81 crores. And you see this is F103. If I divide this by C104, every day it comes to 5.56631. This is 5.566 lakhs. Means we are on an average testing only 5.567 lakhs people, which is too low profile of testing. No problem. We're just explaining to you what's happening. And if you deduct from 112 something, you get 87.069 population that stands untested. Now yesterday we tested 9,43,368 people of this country. 9,43,368, which is also too low, keeping abreast our population factor, our population strength, which is 130 crore. Then you can say this is 10187850, which is total number of positive patients declared so far. Out of this 12.931%, that is out of 16 crore 81 lakhs, 1 crore 1 lakh 87,850 individuals have been declared positive. So you can see yourself 16 points and 1 lakh something. So where do we stand? How many percent? 12 is too low, and here is 18. We are more interested, government is more interested in this data, that is 18,732, and they say, see, we have only patients 18,732, means 18,732 to boost our efficiency of our country. This is what is control point of government, just to say, see, our performance is excellent. We have lowest number of people impacted upon by COVID on this day. They will say, see, yesterday it was 220 to 73, now we are down. And say, yes, 3067 here, and we are down. And see, 2472 are down. So in last 4 days, they would say, we have come down. How much we have come down? We have come down from 24,712 to 18.73. And so see, there was a time, you can see this, there was a time when it was something like, you can say, it was somewhere in range of 90s, that's here, 90, 90, 75, 89, 95, 96, 97, like this. So we were at that peak, so we are now down, so we are performing much better than what people think, what world thinks. I think that's policy our government is adopting to show to whole world that we are best one in handling, and world should learn from us. But they will not tell this. Only 12.931% people have been tested, and this point is important one. This point should be related to this point. Otherwise, there is no meaning of understanding. This point should be related to this point. This point should be related to this point. This point should be related to so many people tested, so many positives. So many percent people tested and so many positive every day. So that is actually aspect we have to think. And they are saying that we can see how many deaths, only 147,622. Yes, that is factual one. Out of what? Out of 12%. That's the important point. Out of 12%. So you have another factor, and that is, how many times if you say 87 people, 87% would give more in this place, they shall give you more in this place, they shall give you more in this place. That is point of concern, and that is what we are projecting in here. We are trying to understand where problem lies in. It's duty of newspapers, duty of analysts, duty of government experts to give that. As I said, on an average, we tested only this figure, 5.56631 per day. It is lakhs, and these people 113 crores and 19 lakhs still require tests, but there is no no plan notified, there's no plan concerned, or that public has to wait for. It's nowhere, I could not find that. If you can find that, then please tell me. And here is, if you multiply this figure by 7, as I said, M102 for where, because yesterday 18,373 people were detected, so it should be actually 1,55,911 when you multiply it by 7 factor, and this factor is 155,911. That way we conduct analysis, and this is proportional analysis. So, and I expect that 36 crores people could be affected, and we need 1107 days. With this average, I say, when I calculate 1107, it is based on this average. That is, that is what I say, I-104, this average I'm talking of. This average, I'm not talking of this one. If I take last day entry, then it shall be different. It's 1107 based on average number of people being tested so far. And if I say, no, I take on this ground, then on this it will take, if I make it 102, 103, it's already, hold on. So it is 104, 103, yeah, it's 103, this one, 103, yes. If I take on this way, it will be much more, and that is 104, that is 03, 104. If I take 103, then I take 103 in this case, it will be much more. It will be 1200 days if I use this one. Though I'm using this one just for average one. So I don't want to just think negatively all time. So 1107 is based on average number of tests being conducted every day. I am keeping it safe in that way. That's where, and this is since beginning 1270 days are required, and that's what we have to think of. Now here, this is important, and this is important. And what to do? This is important. These are resolutionary points, you can say, to expedite our system, to expedite what we have to do. That is very, very important one. To expedite ourselves, where do we do? What do we do? It says that if we want to keep on as we are moving with this average, it shall require for remaining population 1107 days, which is 3.03 years, for whole scrutiny of COVID-19 examination. And in that case, if I say, no, I don't accept this, a citizen does not accept 1107 days, citizen says, I have only 3 months for whole exercise which is here, then our resources fall short of. But falling short of cannot be an answer. You have to say, we have to use so many more resources, and that is here. If I say, no, in 3 months we have to complete this activity or this exercise, then you have to increase up to 11 times more, so that it becomes 12. Current existing device, watch 1 now, it should become 12. So 1:12 ratio is required now, which looks very impossible, but impossible or not impossible, we have to test per day 1.24 crore individuals if you want to achieve this stage of 3 months. And if you want to say, okay, 3 months is too short a period, it's not possible to multiply resources to 12 value. So, okay, how much can you do? Let us give you a grace of 6 months, no problem. We give grace of 6 months, means 3 months more. So even then, you require 6 times more creation of, employment of, deployment of current resources, and that is every day 62 lakhs people are required to be tested. This point everybody must realize, how far behind we are. We are, if you keep 6 months time, we are 1/6 speed. You know that? We are having resources of 1/6, which is just 16%. We are based on 16% if you consider 6 months, and if you consider 3 months, we are based only on 8.33%. We are utilizing only 8.33 work value, not 100 value. So can we move with 8.33 value to control our problem? Every common sense person can say no, this is not possible. So explosion is a must if you don't do it. And nation is going to see, nation those sleeping at has to stop allowing COVID to make corona bomb. And this is what I say. And why I say we are sleeping, I am saying we are sleeping, we are not thinking, we are, as society is sleeping, as government is sleeping, and we have failure, but we don't want to identify, we don't want to accept that there is a failure. God got no interest in testing whole population. There is no policy existing, and no policy expected to come in through, and no seriousness in Bharat, India, we can say. And then on post also I say same thing. Which post, you cannot see that post. This is available on a Facebook post, and it says that what it says about Bharat India COVID-19 plus strain variant, status update of 27 December 2020, effect today is 26/12/2020, and this is about talk, and it says something, and I have given on that post all posting URLs as well as video URLs. If you can read this text of this video, you will find there everything, and it says Bharat India COVID-19 strain variant report update of 27/12/2020 forenoon. Strain variant has already spread in many countries such as UK, Australia, European areas, Singapore, Hong Kong, Sweden, and many more. Bharat India has already crossed 1 crore COVID-19 cases on paper. Individuals out of 130 crores, only 16.81 crores, or percentage-wise, only 12.31% population tested. No worry for even COVID-19 strain plus on government or on people of ours, as mostly people of ours have become careless and ignorant. No formal plan is available for remaining population of 87.069%, which stands untested, which has made it impossible to fix certain required milestones and schedule out prospective time scale-based plan. Testing speed has been non-conducive. Real state of future of COVID-19 in Bharat, India cannot be correctly forecast or predicted analytically. In this connection, I had sent certain mails. Many days passed giving all these URLs, many of them, to which there is acknowledgement but no action, no response from government. No change or accelerating program is visible. In fact, testing speed has been still really very, very unsatisfactory. No change seems to be on part of government to an extent testing on whole population is concerned. Government doesn't take any responsibility for testing of common citizen. It is assumed to be responsibility of citizen itself to have test done if one feels that it is affected by COVID-19. Government of India has distanced itself from owning public health responsibility. Government has distanced itself from owning public health responsibility. Total tests conducted up to 26/12/2020 is only 16 crores 81 lakhs approximately. Tests conducted on 26/12/2020 is 9 lakhs 44,000, and total corona infections till yesterday is only, you can say, 1 crore 1 lakh 88,000. Positive declared cases till yesterday, only yesterday, 18,732. Manipulated data, I call it always, and deaths update till yesterday is 147,622, and population tested is 12.93, as I said before, percentage-wise. since March 2020, and remaining population without test is 87.069%. Time required for whole population for testing is 1271 days based on data, and time required for remaining population is based on average data, average part of data for number of tests conducted every day. That's 1107 days. We're still sticking in 1100 range, not coming down to 600 or 500 or 300, 200. And we should ask ourselves one question: 1271 days to 1107 days, I should say, required is, do we admit that? That's a very big point. 1271 days to 1107 days, do we admit that or we reject it? Why is government not improving its bad performance? It's not clear till now. Government of India or our government has, or all other state governments have, actually ignored poor and lower class society members from testing. Why they are sleeping, I can't answer. Government does not look anxious to test all people. Speed is considered too low. Why should people of Bharat, India, suffer for none of their faults? Only sufferers belong to poor sections who cannot afford treatment. Why are suffering people not opening their voice, not raising their voice? Are people voiceless? That is question to yourself and to myself. Why has government left its responsibility onto people of this country? It seems that all people shall not be tested because till now no change in policy of government has been observed, no publication of that. Truly speaking, really speaking, there exists no government policy towards public handling of COVID-19 strain plus or variant. Poor people, if you intend to be COVID-19 tested, do it by yourself on your own expense, because no government exists for you to an extent COVID is concerned. You have to spend minimum 1200 to 2400 for conducting tests, and then after you are detected positive, if so, then pay for your treatment as well, along with medical assistance cost. Remember, medical attendant charges 1500 to 3000 per day. If you isolate in your rooms, also all expenses of attendant, food, boardings and lodging you have to afford. You have to buy medicines, injections, oxygen if required, pay for ventilator as well, and all PPEs necessary for attendant. If you stay in hospital rooms, rent yourself could cost you around 10,000 to 20,000 a minimum per day. Therefore, be ready with many lakhs rupees if you want to be treated of COVID-19 strain and plus variant. People shall have to decide for themselves, for there exists no one responsible authority or power for you for this disease treatment, and government of India actually has become functionless in this regard. COVID-19 virus explosion has to happen, come what may, due to inefficiency and sleeping attitude of government. COVID-19 plus shall certainly explode in our country, Bharat, India, in form of COVID-19 nuclear fission, and you know very well what I mean. A nation where neither public is serious nor government is serious, nothing other than explosion can happen. A society that remains non-serious and on top of that sleeping should face such results. A nation that cannot think to resolve problems seriously, such results are imminent. Nation cannot wait for many years to have prevention from impact of COVID-19 strain and variant. Out of my understanding that 1.3 billion people, including many crores intellectuals, but their lips are stitched. Speak up, all to take necessary action, because government is in totality lethargic. Government is trying to ignore COVID-19 and follow up. And plus, by diverting issues, think to get the working government and not current sleeping one. If they get up, it's fine. Guards can also sleep, don't forget this, and this is happening. This is happening and happening, I can say. I am not going to speak against someone. I'm not speaking, again I'm saying it's not against government. and it's not against people of this country. We want to see people of this country safe and healthy, because health, safe, health, safety and environment are basic provisions in life that must be maintained. If health is not maintained, you can say minds cannot be maintained. If safety is not maintained, you can say nothing can be maintained. There shall be havoc everywhere. There shall be, drawdown everywhere. People shall suffer. If no treatment is there, people can suffer and have been suffering. Infrastructure may not be there, but precautionary measures must be taken. Risk analysis must be done, and risk must be covered. Risk means, I'm not talking of insurance, no, I'm talking of health. If risk exists, we have to think of that. We have to make preliminary studies of that. And we have to try to understand, just like we do in our professional work, job hazard analysis. We say hazards are there, so we study hazards. That is pertinent to activity of work, and here is COVID activity. So a kind of work, it is COVID-19. We have to find out, we have to study, we have to understand what COVID hazard is there. What are there? There may be one hazard, there may be two hazards, or what type of hazards are there, and to what level our society is ready to encounter them, or to face them, or to deal with them. So it is risk prevention analysis. You can say not risk suppression analysis. I am trying to say risk prevention, just like we say if there is a fire, you suppress fire after it has broken out. But if you take care prior to expected fire, you take care measures of fire may be delayed for half hour, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, as we do in designs. Same thing applies here. We have to understand that factor of risk analysis by risk analysis and prevention of measures. Preventive measures Preventive measures are always better than curative measures, because curation costs, but prevention is a work done by intelligent people who have visions. And of course, professionals are best suited for that. Real professionals I'm not talking only professionals, but real professionals who understand, who spend time in that, and who can say, see gentlemen, this is what I say, you have to take this positive measure before something happens to you or to this. So that's what we have to do. And if you stick, no, everything is fine, just like we are saying here. If you see, everything is fine, don't worry, it is fine, my dear, see only, that's what we say. Okay, we say only 22, not so 22, 18, I'm sorry. We have 18,732 cases yesterday. We have done best. Yes, you may say that, and you would say that. That is best for you, in your mind, imaginary best. Our COVID status is really imaginary best in world. Some people say, we have done best all over world. Some people say that without even thinking what they are talking of. Data clearly says, you can see this projection clearly says what is being talked of. There can be some challenge to this data, I agree. But what about this? Question is that, what about this? Can you answer to this? If you can answer to this, I'll be grateful to you. This requires answer. Where can we think now 2020 has only 3 more days or 4 more days, but 21 is coming up. Can we say we will finish this in 21 or 22 or 23 or 24 like that, or we have to go to 29? That's what we have to say, because scientists say there is no milestone where we can say that this COVID is going to move out of world, and they say could be 10 years because they are not sure. That's what is happening here. So I would say we have to be very serious in this regard. हम हंसी मजाक करते हैं, सही बात है, हंसी होना भी चाहिए, लेकिन हंसी इतनी भी अच्छी नहीं होती कि आपको तकलीफ पहुंचा दे। हंसी उतनी ही अच्छी होती है, मजाक उतना ही अच्छा होता है जितना सहा जाए। हम मजाक ले रहे हैं, और सच बात तो ये है कि लोग भी मजाक ले रहे हैं। अजी कोविड कुछ नहीं होता, कोरोना कुछ नहीं होता, कहाँ है मुझे कोरोना, ऐसे बहुत से लोग बोल रहे हैं, कहाँ है कोरोना मुझे। ठीक है, कोरोना आपको नहीं लगता, कोरोना उन लोगों को भी नहीं लगता जो इलेक्शन मीटिंग में जाते हैं या इलेक्शन में रैली करते हैं, कोरोना उनको भी नहीं लगता जो कुछ भी करते हैं, क्योंकि उनकी मंजिल चुनाव है, उनकी मंजिल सीट है, उनकी मंजिल पब्लिक सेफ्टी नहीं है। सच तो यह है कि हम सब बेवकूफ़ बन चुके हैं, पागल बन चुके हैं, सेफ्टी भूल चुके हैं। इसीलिए, और ये यहीं नहीं हुआ, ये सब जगह हुआ है, दूसरी कंट्रीज़ में भी हुआ है, और उसका परिणाम आपके सामने है। प्लस आ गया है कोविड-19 स्ट्रेन वेरिएंट, और कई कंट्रीज़ में आ चुका है एक ही हफ्ते के अंदर अंदर। एक्चुअली है सब जगह, जहाँ पता लग जाए वहाँ होता है, जहाँ पता नहीं लगे वहाँ नहीं होता है। और हमारे भारत में तो बस पूछो मत, कहाँ हाहाकार मचने वाला, अंदर तो मच रहा है, बाहर दिख नहीं रहा है। हमको संभलना होगा, ये सही समय है, नहीं तो फेस करना होगा। ऐसा समय आ जाएगा, आप खुद परेशान हो जाएंगे कि कैसे हम करें, कैसे संभालें। सरकार का तो दिख गया कि सरकार कितने पानी में है, वो हम देख चुके हैं। अब उनके बारे में कहने का कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं है। वो तो कहते हैं पैसा नहीं है हमारे पास, या कुछ भी कहेंगे, पैसा दो जी हम इलाज कर देते हैं। अरे भाई, आपको पैसा देना है, हम खुद अपना इलाज कर लेंगे, हम भी पैसा होगा तो। और लोग कर रहे हैं, जिनके पास पैसा है वो अपना इलाज कर रहे हैं, और जिनके पास नहीं है वो कहते हैं कोरोना वोरोना कुछ नहीं है। खैर, अब छोड़िए इन बातों को। मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहता हूँ, आप डाटा को समझिए, प्रॉब्लम को समझिए। प्रॉब्लम वास्तविक है, कोई हंसी मजाक नहीं है, और इसका कुछ ना कुछ करना चाहिए। मेरा सिर्फ यही लोगों से कहना है, हर बात को मजाक में फेंका नहीं जा सकता, और हर प्रॉब्लम जो गंभीर होती है, जो सीरियस होती है, उससे डरा भी नहीं जा सकता। आज वही हाल है, हम डरेंगे नहीं इससे, हम नहीं कह रहे हम डरें, लेकिन रिस्क फैक्टर को समझ के प्रिकॉशनरी मेजर लेने बहुत ज़रूरी है, जो हम एक्चुअली नहीं ले रहे। खैर, अब ये पब्लिक को देखना है, पब्लिक किस तरह से जीना चाहती है, पब्लिक क्या रिस्क लेना चाहती है, क्या रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहती है। ये 130 करोड़ लोगों की प्रॉब्लम है, और पब्लिक को स्वयं संभलना होगा, तभी कुछ हाथ लगेगा, तभी आपकी सप्रेशन की बजाय रिस्क की लॉस प्रिवेंशन मेजर लेने होंगे। आग लगने से पहले आग को समझना होगा, आग कितनी देर लग सकती है, कितने टेम्परेचर में लग सकती है, और हम आग बुझाने के लिए कुछ कितनी देर में कर सकते हैं। 10 मिनट भी हो सकते हैं, आधा घंटा भी हो सकता है, 1 घंटा भी हो सकता है, 2 घंटे भी हो सकते हैं। जितने ज़्यादा बुझा नहीं, हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि आग को हम रोक देंगे, हम आग नहीं रोक सकते। आग लग सकती है, लगेगी, लेकिन ये भी समझना जरूरी है कि हम उसको कितनी देर बर्दाश्त करें। आग लगने के बाद कुछ समय होता है, उसके अंदर अंदर आग बुझनी चाहिए, और यदि आग नहीं बुझती है तो आपका नुकसान तो होना ही है, लाइफ का भी नुकसान होना है और मटेरियल का भी नुकसान होना है। और फायर प्रूफ कुछ नहीं होता है दुनिया में, हम भी जानते हैं। प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स का मतलब यही होता है। अगर फायर प्रूफ हो जाए कुछ तो प्रिवेंशन की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, लेकिन ऐसा होता नहीं है। हर चीज़ का फायर पॉइंट होता है, डिस्ट्रक्शन पॉइंट होता है, और कोविड-19 भी एक तरह की फायर ही है, दिखती नहीं है लेकिन है। उसको हम जितना भी समझ जाएं उतना अच्छा होगा, नहीं तो ये डाटा ही रह जाएगा। ये डाटा की कोई कीमत नहीं रहेगी। डाटा देने वाले डाटा दे रहे हैं, और डाटा को पढ़ने वाले डाटा पढ़ रहे हैं, लेकिन उसका यूज़ नहीं हो रहा है। इतना पैसा लग रहा है, इतना स्टाफ भी होगा, इतना ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगी, खर्चे भी होंगे। डाटा देने का फ़ायदा तभी होता है डाटा को समझ के उसका यूज़। एक तरह की रिपोर्ट है, टेस्ट रिपोर्ट जिसको कह सकते हैं आप, या इवेंट्स रिपोर्ट्स कह सकते हैं आप, या कुछ भी कह सकते हैं, मैं उसमें नहीं जा रहा। इस रिपोर्ट का फंक्शन क्या है, अगर हम इसको देते हैं पब्लिक के अंदर, इफ दिस रिपोर्ट इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एंड पब्लिश्ड टू पीपल ऑफ दिस कंट्री, दिस रिपोर्ट मस्ट कंटेन सम reliable document, and that reliable document should be based on professional criteria. And if that document doesn't give any relief to people of this country, then what purpose is left for composition of this document, for constitution of this document? That point is very important. We are spending money on this every day. Many people are involved, I think, when we are getting such report. Many thousand people must be involved somewhere so that this report is composed and presented to people of this country and whole world. Because this is mandatory under WHO that you have to provide your status every day, and that's okay, fine, that's compliance, I don't say no. But we should get advantage of that data, and that advantage can be gotten only when we use this data. Just publication and then say, okay, fine. Now, since March, I think they are publishing this. I'm not sure about this, but whatever entries I could see, I have collected in. Whatever written I have seen, what text is there I have seen, I put it on a paper. So at least I can understand how it's moving on. Everybody cannot do that. It takes time, it takes understanding, it takes composition, it takes your format. How are you going to form it? That's what I say. So, my dear friends, this data is very important, even though it may not be factual, but you can convert it from imaginary to factual. And that's what we are converting. We are projecting, though it's imaginary, but to some extent, 5%, 10%, 20% the variance, it's going on. So what we say that this data is costly, and we have to understand this data, we have to apply correction, we have to find projection, and we have to see how you can see this curve, you can see very well this curve, how it is moving. I mean, that's what they want to see. We are down, 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 down. But they don't say, oh, see, we fall and come up, we fall and come up, we fall and come up. This is also happening. At the same time, it's down, but it's fall and coming up, fall and coming up, fall and coming up, fall and coming up. This is happening, see, one valley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 16, 17. Everywhere there is a valley and mountain, valley and mountain. This means there is no competent person to understand this, to look after this, to surveillance this, to follow up this. So this data is not being used. It's very clear. There is no information about this highlighted area. There's when these people would come to test, and when we can increase our average test rate. This is where we have to think of very well. And if we cannot think of this, we waste our money, waste our time. We just for sake of publication, we publish something which is not worth enough. And we publish something only for sake of publication and nothing else. You can see that website and what I say. So what I mean to say is that we should use this data for our country's benefit, for world benefit, for people's benefit. There must be proper education. People should know actually what is COVID and what way it should be prevented, how we can impact upon COVID rather than COVID impact upon us. Can we think that way? They are saying vaccines are coming. That is secondary. First vaccine is in everybody. Preventive measure is vaccine. Alert is vaccine. Caution is vaccine. Immunity is vaccine. After all, this vaccine is not treatment. We know that this vaccine, which we expect, everybody expects, that is not treatment. It's no way treatment. It's no way to get you, means you will become, you can say, COVID proof. No, it's not that. It's only to get you augmented immunity. You will have certain immunity for a certain period, and that immunity may not be a strong one to resist entry of COVID-19 into your body. But okay, something is better than nothing. But point is, again I say, precautionary measures are always required. Precautionary measures to suppress some hazard is very important. Safety first is important. Hazards elimination is important, if not elimination, at least reduction. Just like we say, some building is on fire and we have enough size of pillars or columns and beams that it can tolerate heat of fire for about 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours. Though during that period, it loses its sectional strength and only reduced strength of section is available for purpose of sustaining that impact of fire. आग लगी है, उसे बुझाना है, काफ़ी नहीं, समझना भी है कि कितना नुकसान हुआ. तो वो सब होने से पहले हमको ये डिज़ाइन के वक्त सोचना होता है कि हमको साइज कितना बड़ा रखा जाए ताकि आग लग भी जाए तो 1 घंटे में, आधे घंटे में, 1.5 घंटे में, 2 घंटे में हम उसको काबू पा सकें और हमारा जो ढांचा है मकान का वो सेफ रह जाए. तो वही बात यहाँ होती है. हमारा मकान हमारा शरीर है, हर एक का शरीर मकान है, और आग है कोविड। इस शरीर में कोविड आएगा, आग लगाएगा, हमको सहना होगा। और यही बात मैं समझाना चाहता हूँ। आप अपने आप को फायर प्रूफ कैसे करेंगे, करिए, और जब पता लगेगा, सारे को टेस्ट हो जाएगा कि हाँ जी हमने अपना काम कर दिया है। वो कब कितना देर में आप करते हैं, बात उस चीज़ की आती है। क्या आप 3 साल तक वेट करेंगे? क्या ये प्रश्न नहीं है? कौन करेगा 3 साल तक वेट? क्यों करेगा? ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। इसीलिए जो हो रहा है ठीक है, समझना जरूरी है, और जितना लंबा जाएगा लोग उतना ही ज़्यादा केयरलेस हो जाएंगे। ये भी बात सच है। उस केयरलेस के वर्ड को हमें हटाना होगा और हमें प्रो केयर बनाना होगा। हमको ध्यान रखना होगा। हम जब दर्द होता है तो एकदम भागते हैं इलाज कराने, भागते हैं कि नहीं भागते हैं, या कुछ पिल्स खाते हैं, कुछ टैबलेट्स लेते हैं। दर्द होने से पहले हम कुछ नहीं करते हैं। लेकिन यहाँ तो पता है कि ये दर्द होने वाला है या हो सकता है। इस बात का ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है। खैर, अब मैं ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं करना चाहता इस वीडियो को। ऑलरेडी 1 घंटा क्रॉस हो चुका है, लेकिन मैं चाहता था कुछ ज़्यादा बोलना आज, क्योंकि हिंदी में भी कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, इसलिए कुछ लोग शायद हिंदी के माइंड करते हैं कि हिंदी नहीं बोल रहा है, इंग्लिश बोल रहा है। तो कुछ अब सारा तो मैं नहीं बोल सकता, इतना तो मेरे में स्टैमिना नहीं है, बीमार हूँ मैं। लेकिन फिर भी चलो, कुछ तो बात हो गई, कुछ तो समझा सके आपको। अगर आप समझना चाहते हैं तो फिर बात वहीं आ जाती है, हमको ये संभालना है, ये वर्क, और हमको संभालना है ये, और साथ में ये 1107 को हमें गिराना है। कहाँ तक गिरा सकते हैं उसको देखना है। 91 तक जा सकते हैं, या हम उसको 183 तक जा सकते हैं, यह देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है। हम कितना दम रखते हैं इससे लड़ने के लिए, क्योंकि अब दुनिया में हम ही रह गए हैं सबसे ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन वाला देश। कोविड जहाँ तक है कि हम उससे किस तरह से पंगा लें, या वो हमसे पंगा ले, या हम उसको सुधार दें या वो हमें सुधार दे, ये बात समझने की है। और अगर आप समझ गए हैं तो अच्छी बात है, बाकी आपकी मर्जी है। आप खुद उत्तरदायी होंगे अपने लिए, आपके लिए कोई उत्तरदायी नहीं होगा, ये बात भी पक्की है। और अब मैं चाहूँगा कि इस वीडियो को यहाँ क्लोज किया जाए, और फिर कहूँगा अपने को संभालें, प्रिकॉशनरी रहें, आग को लगने से बचाने के लिए तैयार रहें। फायर ब्रिगेड के आने में टाइम लगता है, और ऐसी नौबत ना आए कि फायर ब्रिगेड आए, अपने को बचा के रखें, तभी सही होगा। ज़्यादा उछल कूद, ज़्यादा सामाजिक कंडक्ट अच्छा नहीं होता। दूर रहें और सेफ रहें। सेफ्टी इज़ फर्स्ट, ऑलवेज, एवरीवेयर। सुरक्षा पहले है और हेल्थ साथ साथ दोनों चलते हैं। HSE एर्गोनॉमिक्स आपको समझनी होगी। एर्गोनॉमिक्स भी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड है यहाँ पे, कि हमको कैसे बैठना है, कैसे रहना है। सेफ डिस्टेंस भी एर्गोनॉमिक्स का हिस्सा है, और मास्क भी एक तरह के एर्गोनॉमिक्स का हिस्सा है। हम कैसे चलें आगे, क्या करें। मैं भाषण नहीं लंबा दे रहा, मैं समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। आप समझ जाइए, और इस दुनिया से इस कोविड की लड़ाई जो चल रही है उसमें आप तभी साथ दे सकेंगे जब आप बात को समझेंगे, और बात को समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है। अगर आप बात नहीं समझते तो आप क्या समझते हैं। डाटा तो रोज़ आएगा, हम रोज़ आपसे बात करेंगे, कभी 10 मिनट, कभी 15 मिनट, कभी 20 मिनट, कभी 25 मिनट। आज हमने थोड़ी ज़्यादा बात कर ली, रविवार का दिन है, कोई बात नहीं है। आप सो भी रहे होंगे, कोई बात नहीं है, आँख तो खुलेगी, उठेंगे। अगर अच्छा लगता है तो सुन लीजिएगा, देख लीजिएगा, क्योंकि मैं डायरेक्ट सीधा डॉक्यूमेंट आपको सबमिट किया है। और ये ज़रूरी है आज की तारीख में। और मेरे दोस्तों, मेरे देश के लोगों, मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूँगा, इसमें आपको सेल्फ रिलायंट बनना है, क्योंकि सरकार भी शायद यही चाहती है कि अपना संभालो अपने आप को। सेल्फ रिलायंट उसे ही कहते हैं। खुद में इख्तियार है हम सरकार पर निर्भर नहीं हैं, क्योंकि सरकार में दम नहीं है। तो निर्भर होने का भी फ़ायदा नहीं है। आप निर्भर बैठे रहेंगे, उन्हें कोई चिंता नहीं है, उनकी चिंता एक ही है, फंड्स आ जाएँ कोविड के नाम पे बस, और बात बन जाए। बात बनाने के लिए फंड्स होने चाहिए। अब मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद दूंगा अगर आप